Welcome to all the Capricorn rising signs of the zodiac to your horoscope for the month of September. I'm Cosmic Girl. Thanks for taking your time to join me today as we peruse the cosmos, planets and transits, and what it all means for you as a Cappy rising sign. Let's jump to it. Capricorn rising sign, your chart ruler, which is Saturn, on the 1st of September dips back into Pisces for 5.5 months. So Saturn's going back into your natal third house. So you're on notice that things are going to get very, very busy from the 1st of September up until the February 14 next year. So it's on. So let's get down to the astrological significance of your chart ruler Saturn going back into Pisces, your natal third house, for 5 and a bit months. Well, the natal third house is quite busy. It's like the junk drawer of our natal chart. There's so much going on in the third house. It's our neighbors, it's our community, it's how we commute, it's how we communicate, it's the house of siblings, extended family members, it's the house of education, house of journeys and travel. The natal third house is where we step out of our frontal and we engage with our local environment. And there's lots to experience and lots to enjoy in our backyard, for better words. So, your chart ruler Saturn is going to have you engaged in the natal third house for 5 and a bit months. And when you are in it and amongst it kind of transit, you get to choose what is worth the juice for the long term regarding what you engage with on the daily. So you may be ready to maybe move or consider exploring different communities, knocking shoulders with different people, places, and things with this transit. Maybe trying to find new group dynamics or new social connections that can open up doors for you with this transit. It's great for marketing, sales pitching, putting your name on the map. Saturn, your chart ruler, in the third house for 5 and a bit months in Pisces. Maybe it is time to go back to the drawing board, reconsider marketing like new websites, business cards, social media platforms. There's plenty for you to engage with to expand your reach kind of transit. So that's really quite lovely with Saturn, your chart ruler, going back into the natal third house for 5 and a bit months. On November 27, Saturn will then stop in our solar system and move towards in a direct motion. And this will be at 25 degrees. So November 27 can be a big decision day when your chart ruler stations to go direct, whether that's you instigating a change within community, travel plans, education, whether you're teaching or mentoring or you're learning or educating yourself, siblings, extended family members, communication, something really important might be coming into focus on the 27th of November. And then your chart ruler Saturn will keep moving forward and heading towards that natal fourth house of Aries again and will settle into Aries, your natal fourth house of home, family, real estate, property, your domestic life, ancestry, parents, parenting on February 14, 2026 to April 12, 2028. So you've got some breathing space regarding, whoa, where is home? How's my family dynamic? How does it make me feel? Or am I ready for something new? Maybe a brand new place to call home. This is all up for grabs with this transit, with Saturn now back in the third house, giving you an eye of like a 20,000 foot view of different communities, different people, places, and things to engage with for the long term and to commit to. And that may start to come into focus and your reality come February 14 next year, 2026, where you may be ready to lay down some big plans and new directions regarding your home, family, real estate, property, family life, and parenting. So, big astrology. So it's a nice transit when Saturn's in the natal third house. There's not a lot of friction here. There's plenty of movement, people, places, and things to engage with to help stimulate you. But being Pisces, we need environments and we need experiences that emotionally tick our boxes and give us creative opportunity to grow and flourish as well. So really nice with Saturn for all of us going back into Pisces for 5 and a bit months, giving us time to fine tune, recalibrate, reset, have a think about the long term repercussions of our plans moving forward before he heads back into Aries on February 14 next year. So that's the information to keep in your back pocket. Now we're going to talk about the planets and transits in a chronological order for the month of September, what it all means. Well, we're not removing the significance of the planets in transits, not at all. But your focus primarily is on Saturn's transit in Pisces because Saturn is your avatar in this incarnation. So this indicates that you're ready to bring in new beginnings, new experiences for the next 5 and a bit months, and seeing how emotionally your body responds in kind to all this busyness of the natal third house. So good luck with that. Okay, so the outer generational modern planets being Uranus, Pluto, and Neptune from the 1st to the 30th of September and moving forward, they're all sextiling and trining one another. Uranus officially goes retrograde on the 6th of September. And this is quite nice. So it's your natal sixth house, your natal second house, and your natal fourth house that all of these modern planets are sextile and trining one another. And so you've got hints and glimpses of your future. And that could be coming from work, health, and services, what you do in the daily. You could be getting some subtle hints about skills, resources, your assets and possessions and finances, and also hints of what's going on behind closed doors within your family, home, real estate, property, parenting, and ancestry, your heritage. So you're getting all these hints about the future, and the sixth, second, and fourth houses are sort of giving you glimpses on what you can engage with and sort of cash in on opportunities coming from the sixth, second, and fourth houses in your natal chart. So there's support and opportunity to grow with work and service, improving your health. Plenty of opportunity coming from developing more assets, possessions, and things like skills and resources that help you build tangible results and finance for yourself. Things that you love and value are really coming into focus, and it'll be really easy for you to identify what you love and value, your moral and ethical compass moving forward. And that can really help you out, make some big decisions moving forward in your future. And your home life, how this all impacts your home life and your sense of serenity at the end of the day, where you call home, who and what is in your home, and real estate and property. There may be opportunities to get an expat or relocate, put the home on the market, or maybe purchase a home. All of these topics and subjects of the sixth, second, and fourth houses are giving you hints, like subtle nudges of this is where you can get intel from, extract information to help you sort of pave the way forward regarding your well laid plans for the long term future. So, really nice with the outer modern planets all sextile and trining one another, helping us all out here on terra firma. And yes, officially on the 6th of September, Uranus does go into a retrograde. On the 2nd of September until the 18th, we have Mercury joining the Sun in your natal ninth house. This is a really quick transit for Mercury. Mercury is at top speed in the solar system. So from the 2nd to the 18th, it's the ninth house of yours where the Sun is currently transiting, really getting a serious boot with Mercury in domicile and exaltation in Virgo, where Mercury just loves to be in Virgo. So your natal ninth house is being activated, for better words, especially the Sun here as well until the 22nd. So this is encompassing topics and subjects that are connected to foreigners, foreign places, travel, long distance travel, academia, higher education, universities, community colleges, places where we go to develop niche skills. It's a house of religion, faith and belief, and philosophy about life. So the natal ninth house is where we grow and expand through mind, body, spirit, and soul experiences. And we have Mercury here from the 2nd to the 18th, really firing up that natal ninth house. Maybe planning travel, looking at the logistics, the financials on how you can get to a destination or go back to school or invest in anything that you believe in. This could be a cooking class, it could be sewing, it could be mentoring or being a teacher. There's a lot here to explore when Mercury is well positioned in the natal ninth house for opportunity to grow through life experience. So I really like that for you from the 2nd to the 18th. It's kind of like the world is your oyster transit with Mercury in the natal ninth house with the sun from the 2nd to the 18th. So opportunities and communication and conversations may all be flowing and really spinning the head kind of transit in potentials to engage with this thing we call planet Earth. And we might really feel inspired to get out and in and amongst it kind of transit. Really nice with Mercury in the ninth house with the sun from the 2nd to the 18th. Your natal 10th house, which is your work, your professional industry, it's a house of success, ambition, authority, and anything of an official capacity, is really going through it with Mars here in the 10th house until the 22nd of September. So your work life, for better words, your public name and identity is really going through a process of what's fair, just, and right. This could be legal aspects at the forefront with this transit, relationships, communication, getting things just right might be a focus with Mars in the natal 10th house until the 22nd of September. You may also feel pushed to be more proactive in the public with this transit. And Mars really gives you the energy and ambition to solidify a career trajectory or maybe even consider different industries regarding the profession that you're in with Mars in the natal 10th house until the 22nd of September. It's quite an active transit with Mars in the 10th, and you may also be feeling a lot of pressure as well, because Mars can really make us feel, oh, there's a lot of pressure coming from our lofty dreams and goals and ambitions. So this is like pulling yourself up and getting jobs done and execute them well with Mars in the 10th house. If you've been letting work or your professional commitments slide, Mars is sort of saying, come on, Capricorn rising signs, we need to get going. So you could be very active in trying to catch up on work with this transit as well until the 22nd of the month. On the 7th, we have our first eclipse of September. We've got two, and we are having a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces in your natal third house, where your chart ruler Saturn just retrograded back into on the 1st. So we have a full moon, which is a peak moment of, oh, I see something. Wow, this is happening. But it's an eclipse. So this is more potent. It's got more punch behind it. So on the 7th, there could be a moment of an absolute, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is happening. So something within the community with siblings, travel opportunities or educational opportunities gets a really big boost. So this could be public awards, public acknowledgement, a big day of, oh my goodness, this feels great. And maybe you're part of a celebration on the 7th of September. So I would expect this day to be pretty cruisy, pretty lively, pretty warm and fuzzy. It is Pisces. So this might be a surprising day of, oh my God, this is amazing. You could come across your dream home, a team that you're connected to in some capacity gets a big win or recognition on the 7th. It's just a really, really beautiful eclipse that brings in an opportunity to enjoy a moment and then move on to a new experience because you've reached some sort of accolade here or some sort of point of graduation regarding the third house of community, travel, education, or with siblings or extended family members. Yeah, pretty poignant day on the 7th of September. Enjoy it. On the 12th, we have Jupiter bringing the Sun and Mercury some really good news. So, your travel plans or your plans to engage with academia or something that you really believe in, or even something foreign to you, seems to be easily accessible. And it's coming from your relationship's partner or a significant collab of yours. So this can be a dream matchup saying, I want to do that too, Capricorn rising signs. Let's do this together. So this could be someone jumping on board regarding your plans to open up to the world at large. It could be a contract, it could be an agreement, it could be someone really giving you the energy and inspiration to open up your mind, body, spirit, and soul. And on the 12th, seems like there's potential for a shaking of hands, signing on the dotted line, putting a ring on it kind of moment on the 19th that really does get you feeling all very excited and optimistic about the future. Really nice on the 12th. The next day on the 13th, we have a Kazemi, which means Mercury is in the heart of the sun. So the sun and Mercury are conjunct one another. Oh, quick side note. Sorry. The first eclipse of September on the 7th, being that full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces in your natal third house, is at 15 degrees. Apologies, I forgot to mention the degree point. Okay. So the 13th, we've got a Kazemi. Mercury's in the heart of the sun. And so this is like the sun granting Mercury optimism, life, energy, excitement, and that natal ninth house. And the sun is the ruler of Leo. And for you as a Capricorn rising sign, Leo is the zodiac sign connected to your natal house, which is the eighth house. That's other people's resources, your significant one on ones that give you a resource or financial assistance. It's a house of assets, possessions, inheritance, and death. So I like this for like a yes, whether it's a proposal to connect with someone financially, like a big contract. A partner gets a big opportunity to cash in on an inheritance or a possession or even a financial opportunity themselves. That's quite inspiring and almost left field. That really does get everyone buzzy on the 13th. But it's in that natal ninth house. So the sun is in the ninth, ruling the eighth, and Mercury, the ruler of the ninth, connecting with the sun. It just looks like the 13th is just everything's coming up roses kind of day. And I'm not one to embellish or animate astrology, but it does feel really inspirational regarding directions moving forward. Things that you really have faith and belief in now seems to be granted because of some sort of resource, asset, possession, or something you inherit, or a partner sort of gives you the resource you need to go forward, either together or individually. Really, really nice on the 13th with the Mercury conjunct the Sun, the Gazemi point. On the 14th, we have Venus bringing Mars some good news, which is lovely. Venus is in that natal eighth house of Leo, and she's bringing something to your career, your public name and identity, something of an official capacity that's like a resource, a finance, a possession aspect is really helping your professional industry or your public name or standing, or even an ambition that you have regarding your career and your worldly pursuits. More good news coming on the 14th. So 12th, 13th, 14th of September, keep your eyes and ears peeled for auspicious news that Everything seems to be in flow. There's not a lot of pushback here. We'll take it. As above, so below. Yes, the astrology is quite good with the planets aspecting one another from the 12th, 13th, and 14th. And in the 17th, it all comes home to roost the dense realities of everything that's been brewing and getting solidified, and we all going in the right direction. And then the 17th, we have Mercury opposing Saturn retrograde, which is your chart ruler. So the 17th can be a day of let's just check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. We're not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater, but we need to be realistic about the long term repercussions of what we are committing to regarding growing and going in new directions and putting ourselves in new environments and experiences. So the 17th can be lots of communication, processing, maybe even going a process of elimination of things that can be removed that get out of your way regarding connecting to the world at large through travel, education, foreigners, foreign places, or what you really have a lot of faith and conviction towards. So it can be a day of, yeah, I want it. Yes, this is going to happen, but boy, it's really going to take a lot to get over that line. It's so like the reality, everything comes home to roost on the 17th. Nothing we can't handle. We have to look at the practical logistics of our plans moving forward because they affect us. And Mercury's head on opposing your chart ruler Saturn retrograde. The next day on the 18th, we have Mercury opposing Neptune retrograde. Again, the next day just doubles down on the more dense realities of making our well laid plans, be executed with precision. So it's going to take a lot of heavy lifting to keep the faith going and believing that we can accomplish what we want. So the 17th and 18th can be quite, let's just take the rose colored glasses off kind of moments. And that's okay. We need to do that. Okay, so from the 18th, Mercury is now ingressed into a Libra, your 10th house joining the Sun, at least until the 22nd. The Sun will move on. And, oh, sorry, no, the Sun does ingress into Libra. I'm talking about Mars. Mars is about to move on the 22nd, excuse me. So Mercury is now in Libra where Mars has been transiting. And Mercury will be in your 10th house until October 6th. So we know there's been a lot of action and let's go get 'em tiger sort of energy in the natal 10th house, trying to get things balanced, just, fair, and right. Make our relationships, especially our professional ones, come into more balance and harmony. And that means communication and delegating and weighing up the pros and cons. And now Mercury is here from the 18th till the 6th of October. Now, Mercury is when it's in the 10th house. This is active. This is a lot of travel for work, travel plans regarding your ambition. So you might be planning travel trips with Mercury in the 10th, the planet of travel, and especially anything to do with commerce and finance. Mercury is a planet of commerce and finance. And in the 10th house, this can be talking it out about the financial exchanges between you and others in a professional capacity. Anything to do with legalities can be in the forefront here with Mercury in the 10th of Libra, the house of legalities, justice, equality, and fairness. So Mercury is really, really giving your natal 10th house the injection of financial opportunity from the 18th to October 6th. So get cracking and get collabing and get your name out there if you would like to market or pitch yourself in a professional capacity. Put your name on the map. This is the transit to do it with Mercury in social relational Libra from the 18th to October 6th. Really nice, lively transit. On the 19th, we have Mercury trine, Uranus retrograde, and Pluto retrograde. This is a really good day on the 19th to go back to the drawing board and sift through missed opportunities or paperwork that can assist you in a professional capacity or with anything to do with official aspects in your life. If there's been information, communication, or even paperwork or documents that have been missing in transaction, on the 19th, they may magically appear. That really does help your career and your ambitions. So the 19th can be a day of surprise returns that really do help you over a professional line or something of an official capacity, which is absolutely lovely on the 19th. We also have Venus now leave Leo, your natal 8th house, and ingress into the 9th house until October 13. And so Venus wants to bring us love, connection, and value and excitement wherever she's transiting. So she was bringing you lots of love and excitement to the natal 9th house, where Mercury was just transiting and where the sun is actually been transiting as well. And the sun quickly moves out of the 9th house on the 22nd of September. But now Venus comes into the 9th house, really asking you, what do you love and value with conviction? What's your heart and soul really committed to? Venus brings it all to you from the 19th to October 13th to really think about what it is that gets your heart racing. What do you believe in? What do you have faith in? Venus is asking you to be okay with following your heart's desire and expand on that, maybe through academia, learning something, traveling, learning something foreign, something new, like a different culture, different language. Maybe travel to some weird place that you never thought you'd go. Venus sort of brings experiences to us in the natal 9th house that expands our mind, body, spirit, and soul in a very harmonious, flowy way. So I really like that for you with Venus in the natal 9th from the 19th of September to October 13th. Great to get out there, plan trips, get going, learn something different. Venus goes, absolutely. Let's find something new to sink our teeth into. Kind of transit. Really, really nice. On the 20th, we have Venus squaring Uranus. Bum bum. Yep. Our dreams and goals for our future. We have that eye on the prize. Could all be a little bit too dense on the 20th, where maybe something about our work, health, or even a service or a sense of service is holding us back on the 20th from believing that we can expand and grow. So watch for imposter syndrome sinking in on the 20th with our minds really playing tricks on us on the 20th. It will pass. We also have the sun opposing your chart ruler, Saturn retrograde in the third house of Pisces. So the sun is sort of saying, this is the ideal, growing and going with travel and education and experiencing life. But it's going to take a lot from you as a Capricorn rising sign to jump on board and really be optimistic about opening up to the world at large. So this again points to self-doubt, over-analysis, paralysis kind of day that might have you spinning your wheels. So easy does it on the 20th. You don't need to take any action on this day, but you may have to think and process intel. And with that, with information and intelligence, we get to slowly make decisions that are beneficial for us or detrimental to us. So you don't need to make any acute decisions on this day, but there may be a lot of hypothesizing. So interesting day on the 20th. Our second eclipse of the month in September is on the 21st, and this is a new moon, brand new beginning in the natal 9th house, where we're having a partial solar eclipse in Virgo, where Venus currently is transiting. So new moons are just that. They're new beginnings. They're not seen like the full moon, but we have a quite new beginning, but it's a solar eclipse. So it's more potent and powerful. And being a solar eclipse, something's developing over here in the next 6 months that gives us autonomy, leadership, pride, ownership, and sovereignty in that natal ninth house. And in that natal ninth house that we've been talking about extensively, where it is about foreigners, travel, expanding the mind, body, spirit, and soul through culture, learning different systems of religion, learning new philosophies. From the 21st, it's like, yeah, this is happening, kind of new moon, partial solar eclipse on the 21st. So you're sold, you're in. You may have been really going through it, like even maybe putting yourself through it regarding the realities, or maybe trying to nut out the logistics and how you're going to make this happen regarding those ninth house topics. But on the 21st, I think you're in. Whether that's because you have the resources or support from others around you to get you over that line, or that have been inspiring you. On the 21st, I think you lock something in and you're ready to go and grow, which is quite lovely. And it's going to develop over 6 months. And this new moon, partial solar eclipse in Virgo in your ninth house on the 21st is happening at 29 degrees. On the 22nd of September, we are bringing in the equinox season. So the sun is halfway through its journey of the zodiac. It began in Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, and it's now in Libra. So the sun is halfway through the zodiac, and this is where we weigh things up. We look at who we connect with. Is everything in harmony and flow? And for the next 3 months, we get to nut out any nuances. So we get something in balance and something of substance that we can bank on moving forward for the next 3 months. So we're really getting down to it now with the sun in Libra, moving on until the solstice come the 21st, 22nd of December. Okay, so let's talk about the sun transiting in Libra in your natal 10th house till the 22nd of October. So for 4 weeks, the sun is now in your natal 10th house. Nothing to sneeze at when the sun is in the 10th. It joins Mercury. Okay, so the sun is beaming in the 10th house of your career, ambition, success, achievements, officialdom, authority, your public name and identity. It's on full display here. And what you get to experience here as a Capricorn rising sign is an upgrade in regards to work. So lots of work coming at you, lots of attention. So looking your best, that would be well advised when you're pitching yourself in the public and standing out from a crowd with the sun in the 10th house. So this is really, really important because the sun in the 10th, that angular part of your natal chart, this is a loud transit. The sun is the ruler of Leo, your natal 8th house, of shared resources and finance, the house of assets, possessions, inheritance, and death. And now it's in the 10th house. So this can be a powerful, potent transit with the sun in the 10th, the ruler of the 8th. I like it because you may be benefiting, seriously benefiting from other people's resources that can get you over a professional line. You may also be dealing with things like official paperwork regarding property, finance, inheritance, wills, life insurance policy papers. This is all up for grabs with the sun in the 10th for 4 weeks, the ruler of the natal 8th house. Big transit. Big transit with the sun in the 10th. And we also have Mercury here, really stirring things up in that 10th house. Lots of travel, lots of communication, lots of financial talk. What's right, what's wrong. We are talking about Libra, so we're getting something balanced right. Lots of justice, legalities, fairness, what's right, what's wrong, lots of paperwork, delegation, and communication. Big transit with the sun in the 10th for 4 weeks. We also have on the 22nd, Mars leaving Libra, your natal 10th house, and now ingressing into the 11th until November 3rd. So now Mars is taking the pressure off the 10th house. It's been go, 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 go. And now Mars is in the 11th. And Mars does very well in Scorpio, its sign of rulership. So this is your natal 11th house getting an upgrade, a bit of a boost with Mars well positioned in Scorpio. So it's your friends, your social connections, your dreams, and your goals going through a big process of change. And with change, you get to benefit too because we knock shoulders with people that we like to hang with. And when they're kicking goals, we get to be part of the celebration and positive changes as well. So I like Mars in the 11th for you as well from the 22nd of September to November 3rd. Your social calendar is going to fill up pretty quickly with Mars well positioned in the 11th house. Time to make those dreams and goals a reality. Maybe your friends have a lot to do with it, and it's a really good transit for networking with people that can get you over a professional line. Really nice. Mars in Scorpio from the 22nd of September till November 3rd. Thank you for joining me, Capricorn rising signs of the zodiac, to your horoscope for September. So, primarily, your focus is on the third house. So this is where the work is being done for you. You're very busy, you're very active, you're on the go. It's going to take a lot of energy, a lot of emotions are going to be swimming around you. But trust your instincts. You know, people that you connect with that fill you with creative flow and expression, you know, those that dampen your mood and bring you into melancholy spaces. So it'll be easy to identify who you hang with that really lifts you and who you are around in the environment that drags your chain. You've got 5.5 months of Saturn in Pisces, your third house, really helping you out, set the stage for something quite permanent for the next 2 years come February 14, 2026. So nice. Enjoy it with Saturn now off that angular part of your natal chart where it's all responsibility, there's all conflict and so much to process in the natal fourth house that you deal with behind closed doors. You've got a bit of breathing space for 5 and a bit months. So enjoy it. Thanks for joining me here. Till next time, Capricorn rising signs of the zodiac. Have a stellar September.